Yeah, we are. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So tomorrow it's coming to an end of that. Yeah.
Tonight we come to an end.
Tonight.
And tomorrow we celebrate.
Tomorrow you celebrate.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes. Excuse my ignorance. I'm learning about everything here. So we did have just a very quick, brief chat on camera, just about because I think there obviously are some people out there who think it looks like women are being excluded. This decision that's being made. So just to hear your views on on that, and as women of this mosque, give me your thoughts. Really, is that okay? Yeah, sure. I think together, because we're a bit strict on time.
Yeah.
Just come a little bit closer.
And if you can be as close to each other as you could possibly dare to be.
What time do you need to go in?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Right, so we're just 16 past. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Am I alright here?
you're all right. Just a little bit lower, actually.
A little bit lower.
Where
Yeah.
do we need to look?
So
just
if
not
look
if
like
you look at me,
cross-eyed.
Just
yeah.
stay, just stay close together again. Just
Yeah,
because you just
okay.
drifted apart. Just take a step across. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Very kind.
So if you wouldn't mind saying your name for me and spelling it as well, please.
Okay, so I'm Farah, so Farhatth.
And I'm Faiza. That's Faiza.
So you just want first names, do you?
You could, yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. So you both attend this mosque, yeah, regularly?
Well, I haven't been as regular just in this last month because I work full time.
Okay.
But outside of that, yes. I mean, whenever there's events, I do my utmost to try to attend.
Lovely. Okay.
So I have been attending the Tarawih prayers in the evening because it's just because you're in that routine, you can actually all go as a family. So and the timing is good.
She doesn't have little kids.
And I don't have little kids yet, so my children come along with me. But I haven't been able to attend Jummah prayers, although they've been having it for some time now, just because of work and other commitments. But yes, so we thought we definitely will make an effort today.
That's lovely. So, so obviously this is about the debate which has happened on Facebook. The decision's been made that, unfortunately, because of traffic and capacity and the weather not being very good tomorrow, that women cannot be accommodated, unfortunately. What are your thoughts on that?
So I think after Ramadan, so we were allowed to come for, well, not allowed to come, we were accommodated for Tarawih. It just seemed a natural thing that maybe we can have that capacity, and I think the sentiments probably got a bit carried away. So it was put out that maybe you could do it, but then when you look at the logistics and the traffic and how we're situated, this mosque is in a very tight residential area. You've got allotments, you need access to that. There's elderly people living here. There's already 2 Jummah prayers, there's 3 Eid prayers. Accommodating a 4th means that people who live on this street would not have any, they would basically not be able to access their own street. So I think from that point of view, I was okay that, it's not obligatory for me to attend an Eid prayer. I've got plenty of things that I can be doing at home to get my rewards anyway. So in a way, it didn't upset me. But what did upset me was comments by people who don't even live locally, who were sort of assuming that we're being excluded and it's a backward step and God knows what other things they said, quite offensive things. And I had to come to the defence of the mosque because during the month of Ramadan we've been accommodated very well. We've been looked after. We've had all this parking has been for us so that we don't have to park far away and then have to walk here or whatever, so we're nearby. Because some women do come on their own, they don't come with their families. For that purpose, they always looked after us, make sure we've got access to water. Then when this room became so full that ladies were praying in the shoe area, they gave us the extension room for the odd nights at the end that are more significant for prayers. But I'll let Faiza.
Yeah. I think I'd just like to add to that actually. I mean, I agree exactly with what the brother said, but I'd also like to say that it's really important to keep things in context. It's very easy to single out this occasion, this event, and the naysayers will say that we've been excluded or women are inferior. I, for one, I'm a member of this community and have been for over a decade, and I don't feel inferior at all, because on this occasion where almost the entire community comes together and prays in this building, if there isn't much space for me, I'd rather give my space to my husband, to my children, to my other relatives, for them to come and do their obligatory prayer. And when I say keep things in context, since since this committee has taken over, we have seen progressive steps take place for the inclusion of women. We have been given a safe platform to voice our opinions. If we have any ideas, we've been asked to come forward, volunteer where we can, and make those things happen, and we will get the backing of whoever is running the mosque. And that's very important. I mean, to be able to have the leaders of the community and whoever's managing the mosque, for them to be approachable by the community, by the women, it's very, very important. We've had endless classes, we've had suggestions, we've been asked for what we should do on this and what our opinion is. So I really think that needs to be taken into perspective when presented as a full picture.
Just talk to me about the obligatory aspect of what you're saying. So it's the obligatory for men to attend Eid prayer, but not for women. Is that right?
Yeah, because obviously Islam is also has common sense rules. You know, you might not agree, you might be a feminist, you might think, oh, women have the same rights as men, but it's in any culture, a woman is the homemaker, she's the one who looks after the children. Why would you burden a woman and make her come and pray in congregation when she's going to get the same reward staying at home, whereas a man has to come, you know, to get the same amount of rewards? I think that is a positive thing, and I don't know why these people are making it such a negative.
And again, I mean, looking at the bigger picture again and keeping things in context, the mosque has been opened throughout Ramadan and even before that for women to come and attend the Friday prayers and any other events. And right now, we just come in from that hall, there were 6 of us. So to cater for 6, should the entire room be given up when 60 men could stand and do their prayer? It just doesn't sort of sit right. And I'm saying that because I am involved in the mosque. The leaders of the mosque make the effort and did make the effort even on this event to reach out to us a few days before this was all decided and said we're making every effort possible. And that for me is quite satisfying. Yeah, I'm quite content with that effort. The fact that I know that if I'm not happy with something, the leaders can be approached, and they're giving me enough value that they're asking me, and my opinion is valued. So it's really important to keep things in context.
So I've lived on Havelock, well, I grew up on Havelock Street, but I was born here. So when I came back from university, we tried to access the mosque. This is going back a few years, I'm not going to say, but we weren't even allowed at that time to use the women's facility. So we managed to get in with the committee and get that permission. So we've come a long way.
Yeah.
That we've got teachers, female teachers at the mosque. We've got, you know, inclusive classes. We'll have classes for women in English. We've got classes for revert sisters. We've got classes for Urdu speaking. You know, so we are trying to. They are trying to cater for everyone. But you can see the space and where we are. It's not possible. Look how many cars are here.
And again, and it's not just Muslims. I mean, the mosque reaches out to non-Muslims too. We open our doors for the big iftar, and that happens on a yearly basis. The doors are open to non-Muslims all year round. So
Schools come.
So for this to be presented as the Muslim women in the community are being made to feel inferior or less valued, it's just not the correct image to be given out by anybody.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't know of any of your friends, female friends, who are unhappy about this situation?
No one has said anything except for some people on Facebook. I've never even seen them. Or I don't even know if they live locally, to be honest. Maybe if they try to access it during the day, they do keep it locked when it's not prayer times, because you know you have to be conscious of security as well. So you know, but you can if they wanted to, they can send a Facebook message. And I've seen, sometimes I've been here coming to visit my parents, and I've seen someone who's wanting to pray because they're in town, they work in town, they want to pray, and they're asking, is there a key? So I've tried to ask someone to get a key. So it's not excluding anyone. It's just sometimes there are certain things there because you can't have open door policy all the time because of security.
I understand.
And I think again, the mosque has justified their position and their approach, because for every time a suggestion has been made, or whether it's a negative or a positive one, the mosque have invited those people and said, look, you know, rather than just us explaining and you taking our word for it, why don't you come down? Why don't you come down and take a look firsthand at the challenges that we are facing? So it's very easy for all of us to sit behind a screen and type our messages and convey our opinions. But I think it's only fair if you can make the effort to come down, take a look, and then make a conscious decision.
I would say
without that
spend a
audible.
day on Havelock Street with a neighbour
yeah, of
and see
course.
how
Yeah,
many
yeah.
cars there are, and you can't even find parking if
Yeah.
you're visiting your elderly
Yeah.
parents even outside of prayer times.
I think
it's
this
very
this
hard.
would be different, wouldn't it, if there was an obligation on women and men
Definitely,
to attend,
definitely.
and then it would be a completely different
Absolutely.
story.
Definitely.
Yeah. But you're saying because there's an obligation on men, they have to attend.
Yeah.
Women don't
and
have to.
and the
that's-
thing
yeah.
is, that's one of the most beautiful things about our religion, is that it is so accommodating. It is so accommodating, and it is so thoughtful, especially towards women. So although Muslim women are seen to be oppressed, inferior, and we've had all those labels growing up in this country, it's actually quite the opposite. When you actually look at the details into things, it's very accommodating, and women are not, it's not made obligatory on women for that reason, that they have to attend the Friday prayers, or they have to attend. They're given the choice. Of course, if they attend, there's a reward for it, but they're given the choice, which is what needs to be taken into consideration. And I think mosques are having to deal with that, and it's not the most easiest of tasks. So I'd like to just end on the same thing, that the committee that we have by far has taken the most progressive steps to date to include women, and we are ever so grateful to them for that.
And obviously there's always room for improvement, and if we have the capacity, I'm sure it would be a regular thing. So
Thank you so much for your time. I'm conscious that I don't want
thank
to
you.
Just stay
distract.
where you are, just for one quick editing shot.
Yeah, we'll just get one shot of us chatting.
Okay.
And you've got 3 minutes, so we need to get you in there. I don't want to miss. Thank you. It's so useful to hear from you.
I'm sure there's others in there
Yeah.
that want to talk to you, but
Yeah.
the timing is.
Are you happy for us to come in and film?
Yes.
Give us a 2 minutes.
I don't
Well,
know. Some of the ladies might not.
No.
You're welcome to come in and
You
have
could
a
pop
look,
in and have a look,
but I don't think you
yeah.
can go on
Yeah.
some like the privacy of.
I could ask from
Okay.
behind. or
Okay.
something.
Thank you. Yeah, from behind.
Yeah.
Behind shot.
I'll ask them.
So they're not identifiable.
Yeah.
Would that be all right?
We'll see. I'll
Yeah.
quickly go in and ask when he's
The
finished.
prayer time is about to
Is
start.
that
Just one quick.
Sorry.
Stay exactly as you were
Stay
looking
looking at me.
Just
Stay
stay exactly as you were.
chatting to me.
Yeah.
We're not using the audio for
Okay.
this, but
just make out that we're having
yeah. Where will this be? Is this?
BBC South.
It's BBC South today. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it yet. Okay, to be honest.
Has to be controversial enough to go on it.
No, it's not that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
Just give me one quick. Just